Breaking news on this Thursday, October 31st. I'm Jasmine Anderson. A massive search right now for whomever shot a state trooper on the Southern State Parkway. It happened late last night here near exit 17 in Malvern. The trooper, whose identity has not been released, is currently hospitalized in stable condition here at Nassau University Medical Center. Now, police are looking for a black Dodge Charger with a temporary license plate that reads 997636T. So if you see anything, please call police. Police say a Bellport teen was driving on drugs and speeding when he caused a crash that closed the LIE. This was a scene in Manorville near exit 69 yesterday. The westbound lanes were closed for hours after police say 19-year-old Austin Ricciuti rear-ended an oil truck, causing it to overturn and go into the woods. Ricciuti and the truck driver were both airlifted to the hospital in stable condition. Angelica's Law kicks in tomorrow, aimed at making the roads safer across our state. It's named for Holbrook teen Angelica Nappy, and it makes it a felony to drive with 5 or more license suspensions. Nappy was killed in 2008 in a crash with a driver who ran a red light. After his license was suspended 7 times, he faced only a misdemeanor. The civil sexual abuse case against the Bayshore School District is now in the hands of the jury. Closing arguments were yesterday. Earlier this week, retired teacher Thomas Bernagosi testified remotely from jail, denying claims that he sexually abused students over his 30-year career. The suit filed by a former 3rd grade student claims the district kept the teacher in the classroom, even though it was aware of sexual abuse allegations. Unfortunately, it's over. The Yankees' World Series dreams were dashed in a heartbreaking loss to the Dodgers. Eric Boland is in the Bronx.
The Yankees season came to a disappointing end on Wednesday night at Yankee Stadium. They lose in 5 games to the Dodgers, and this one might have stung most of all of the 4 defeats. The Yankees with a 5-0 lead going into the 5th inning. Garrett Cole, their ace, had not given up a hit going into that 5th inning, and it all came apart for the Yankees. They committed 2 of the 3 errors that they had overall in the game, and even a mistake by Garrett Cole and first baseman Anthony Rizzo. Cole didn't get over to cover first base on a little trickler to first that also contributed to that 5 running by the Dodgers, who were out of it. It appeared as if the Yankees were definitely going to send this series back to Los Angeles for a Game 6 and a chance for their pursuit of history, which would be the first team to come back from a 3-0 deficit in a World Series to come back. To even force a Game 6 would have been the first of 25 teams who have been in that kind of a deficit to even get to a Game 6. But the Yankees, they were confident after winning Game 4 that they would be able to not only push it back to LA, but actually win the series, and it all came crashing down in that 5th inning on Wednesday night. The Yankees did manage to get back in, take a 6-5 lead late, but Tommy Kahnle allowed the first 3 base runners to reach in the 8th inning. The Dodgers scored a couple of runs on a sacrifice fly, and the Yankees season comes to a really heartbreaking end, and they will look back at this series with a lot of regret, certainly with what went on at Yankee Stadium tonight, but then still back in Game 1 at Dodger Stadium when they had the lead in the 10th inning and Nestor Cortez gave up Freddie Freeman's walk-off grand slam. So 2 games that the Yankees felt in this series that they absolutely should have had, but every team that doesn't win the World Series certainly gets knocked out in the playoffs, has a season or an off-season, a winter of what-ifs, and the Yankees will be pockmarked with those throughout the winter. As Aaron Boone said after the game, he told the team, this will sting forever. Probably speaking for Yankee fans as well. Reporting from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, this is Eric Boland for Newsday TV.
Yeah, this one definitely hurts, Eric. Thank you. Read more about the Yankees on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Grab your pumpkin-shaped pails. It's Halloween. Tonight, kids across the island will fill the streets in search of candy. And if you're looking for a scare, you still have time to check out local homes decked out in haunted decor from Great Neck to Yaphank. Diwali begins today, the 5-day Hindu festival celebrating the triumph of light over darkness. The holiday is often marked with fireworks and a gift exchange. Hicksville Bakery New Hot Bread says they see an uptick in business this time of year.
Customers we get a lot. Sometimes there's a line to the door, evening time. This is Diwali is like 1 or 2 days more after that. But the last day is the busiest day.
Diwali is celebrated by over 1 billion people in and outside of India. We're just 5 days from Election Day, and there's something Democrats and Republicans on Long Island can agree on: removing the salt tax cap. Pat Dolan has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
I've been annoyed. We'll continue being annoyed.
On Long Island, it may be the most hated law Congress has ever passed.
Any kind of extra tax is not welcome here.
For years, the IRS allowed taxpayers to deduct the full amount of their state and local taxes from their income. But in 2017, Congress passed a law limiting the deduction to just $10,000 per married household. That's costing a bundle to people like Seaford retiree Brent Hertz.
What I might be considering is renting out part of my house just so I can afford to live here.
And now that missing tax relief is a hot-button election issue.
We're challenged with the highest tax rates of the entire nation.
Both Democrats and Republicans on Long Island want to remove the limit on state and local tax deductions, otherwise known as SALT.
And we have to pay taxes on the taxes we've already paid. So we have to restore the state and local tax deduction that was capped at $10,000.
We want to make sure that they can write off as much as possible to make sure more money are going into these homeowners' pockets.
But even though on Long Island both parties agree, Congress as a whole is split on what to do about SALT. Democrats favor more SALT tax relief to help high-tax cities and suburbs. But bills to do that have been blocked by Republican leaders, despite the support of Republicans from suburbs like Long Island.
The Republican leadership in Congress, which really represents more of these red states that have lower incomes and lower state and local taxes, they're opposed to what the Long Island Republicans are trying to do.
This year, just a handful of Long Island congressional races could determine which party controls the House. So a lot may be riding on whether voters believe Democrats or Republicans could do a better job of restoring SALT. At a rally in Nassau Coliseum, former President Donald Trump tried to fire up support for local Republicans by claiming he's in favor of restoring SALT.
I will cut taxes for families, small businesses, and workers, including restoring the SALT deduction.
But Democrats point out that as president, Trump supported the bill that cut SALT tax relief for suburbs like Long Island.
The blame lies squarely at Trump and the Washington Republicans who took away the state and local tax deduction.
Newsday's Joy Brown says Trump's sudden promise to fix SALT means neither party has a clear advantage on the issue.
For the first time in a long time, we're better positioned at a region that either the Republicans or the Democrats can make this go away.
Making SALT restrictions go away would be a win for Long Island, and despite the finger-pointing, candidates from both parties say they'll work together to avoid yet another disappointment for taxpayers. Pat Dolan, Newsday TV.
Thanks, Pat. Read more about the salt cap fight on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And while you are there, read more about all the local races, candidates, and where to vote in Newsday's Voter's Guide.
Newsday has complete coverage and in-depth analysis of the races affecting Long Island, interactive voter's guide to all races in Nassau and Suffolk counties, and regular updates from Newsday TV with live results after the polls close at newsday.com/LIVotes.
Only a Newsday, some Long Island seniors are stuck in limbo, waiting for help. More than 1,200 seniors on the island are on a wait list for the state's expanded in-home service for the elderly program. It offers services including home meal delivery, personal care, and transportation. Without these services, some seniors say they're facing challenges.
But there's no one. I can't visit anyone. Thank God for my magazines, my cat, and my television. And that's my life now. I fell 3 times. I fell in the basement once. I was down there for 2 days. And my daughter had called me earlier and I had no phone.
Newsday reporter Robert Brodsky says the lack of services are forcing some seniors into long-term care facilities.
So, advocates for the elderly say that this wait list is potentially very dangerous for seniors. We've spoken to seniors who are skipping meals, who are draining their bank accounts, who have suffered falls. So the data shows that individuals who are on this wait list often end up in either an emergency room or a long care facility, such as a nursing home or assisted living facility. Individuals can't afford to wait indefinitely for these services if they can't afford to take care of themselves.
Advocates say clearing the backlog would cost nearly $40 million. Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. It could be another tough season for Peconic-based scallops. The season opens next week, and researchers say the prize shellfish could be harder to find. Surveys of 21 Suffolk waterways by Cornell Cooperative Extension's Bay Scallop Restoration Program turned up only 10 adult scallops. Newsday reporter Mark Harrington says some folks are disappointed by the news.
This is a sort of something the local baymen have depended on over the years for, some extra cash at the end of the year, given so many other restrictions on other fish. So it means for them that there's going to be a lot fewer scallops out there. It'll mean, fish retail stores are also either going to have them at very high prices or not at all.
Bay scallop season runs through March. You can read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. It's Italian Heritage Month, and learning the language is as easy as uno, due, tre at a St. James Children's Center. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Buongiorno. 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 You speak Italian so beautifully.
Children are embracing Italian at Per Tutti, an immersive Italian language and cultural center in St. James.
This was always my dream, to have my own language center. In the area, we really had nothing for Italian, so I wanted this for my own children.
They offer adult and me classes for children of all backgrounds, as young as infants, right through adult courses and workshops.
We offer Italian classes for people of all ages. Per tutti actually means for everyone. Many Long Islanders have some Italian roots, so there is a desire to learn the language, as many of the first, second, third generation really never got to learn when their ancestors came over. So we're kind of bringing back that important component of the culture, which is the language. Un fantasma! Fantasma!
I'm Italian. And my mother, I always wanted to have a little place where they spoke Italian, had coffee. He looks forward to it when he, if I can't go, but I want to go to Italian. I said, no, I'll take you.
Oh, grazie. Brava.
They have both indoor and outdoor spaces for kids and offer open play.
It's just this amazing way for this age group to, it's tailored in the way that they learn best. And I just love it. My daughter loves it. We're from Italian heritage, so it was important to me to instill the Italian language in her.
It's really become the special place for everyone.
Elisa DiStefano, Newsday TV.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao. They're already learning. Read more about Per Tutti on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Here's what's up on Long Island. See Mike Del Giudice and Big Shot. The concert weekend for Veterans show is Friday night at the Paramount in Huntington. Or there's the Long Island Turkey Trot, walk or run, a 5K that also includes a 30-minute free kiddie dash. It's Saturday, rain or shine, at Eisenhower Park in East Meadow. Hungry anyone? Get ready for Long Island Restaurant Week. It's here. Participating restaurants offer 3-course prefix meals through Sunday. For mission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. Checking out your hyperlocal forecast. It could be the warmest Halloween on record here on Long Island. Check out your day planner here. Partly cloudy today, highs in the 70s in Ronkonkoma, but some places will see temperatures close to 80 degrees. So that's a treat for all the trick-or-treaters on the island. Cloudy tomorrow morning with sun in the afternoon, highs in the mid-70s. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Halloween, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.